Hello everyone, Adam here, and welcome to another Gameplay Review UK video. Today I'm excited to share with you a game I've been playing called Dual Universe. You folks may already know that I play many games, but I don't always get the time to share them via a YouTube video, so I'm very glad that Novaquark and their partners have sponsored me to make a Dual Universe video. Now usually I like to wait until I have built something epic in said game to share with the established player base. But since I am comparatively new to Dual Universe, and I'm assuming for the most part so are you, so let's take the time to quickly look at what Dual Universe is all about. Now with most games, it is easy to say that it is like such and such game, but with XYZ feature added. But what I like about Dual Universe is that it is better described as a game that has managed to pick out all of the bits I like from lots of existing games, and blended them into one experience. So, the premise is that the world has been destroyed by a neutron star collision, and we need to find a new home, or build a new home as the case may be, for humanity. Fortunately, by this point in time, humans come out of the box clad in space armor and with a nanotool that can be used to mine and build pretty much anything, so really the universe is already our oyster. Essentially, the universe is a sandbox environment, so your goals and experience will be your own, but most players will probably also go through the following basics. You start by claiming a territory on a friendly world so you can start mining and building. This is great as it gives you a safe place to start the game off, as no other player can alter your claimed constructs or territories on the starting world, unless you give them permission of course. Not only does this mean people can't grief you at your spawn points, but it gives you some breathing room to get used to the game mechanics and the build menu. Since I've started afresh and I'm building my own corporation from scratch, I'm a little low on resources to be doing anything too flash, and too new of a player to have had the time to research the abilities to create more than a couple of items independently and sustainably myself, but the early game provides decent enough access to parts. To start with, just do what people are naturally good at and exploit your territory's natural resources by selling them at the local markets for profit, and then buying the components that you want but are not yet capable of crafting yourself. Now for me, frequently travelling to a market in an MMO is a rather boring task, but in Dual Universe, it is not so much the case, as each trip means I'm buying more components to add to my ship, so each trip is faster than the last, and before you know it, the simple hoverbike type craft you start with soon turns into an aircraft, and then even a spacecraft. Or, if you are like me, you'll get sidetracked on the way and build a Space Marine land speeder instead. Also, you get to keep up with the neighbours, as each trip you will pass by other people's territories and see how their constructs are developing too. Also, remember the time you popped to the shops but a custom made Millennium Falcon had taken your parking spot? No? Then you've probably not played Dual Universe. Everything you see is player built. I won't go into too much detail regarding the building system, but hopefully you can see from what I'm doing here is that you start with a core module, and that determines what type of construction it is, and what's the maximum size it can be. You basically sculpt using a nicely scaled voxel framework for passive body form, and add active parts for function. Depending on how complex the system is, you do some control mapping as well. So this building for example needs none, but you could link the containers up to make it easier to access items, or to automatically distribute resources for example. Whereas this land speeder needs a little bit of mapping, just to ensure that the parts you have added are controlled the way that was intended. Like I said before, I've only a few resources to play with here, but I think with a little imagination, you can see how this scales up to full-blown capital ships that need a plethora of crew for them to be properly manned. Not to mention a sustainable economy backing their fuel usage and maintenance requirements. So here we have the foundation for an incredible building sandbox, so where's the sport in all of this? Well, the universe has a finite amount of resources, which players either directly or via their corporations indirectly compete over. On a sanctuary planet, this could be as simple as scanning territories to see which have the most resources, then claiming them for yourself, giving only you the rights to mine them later on. Or, you could leave the safety of the starting worlds and become an interplanetary pirate, and plunder other people's hard-earned tonnage. From this point on, the story's up to you. If you would like to play Dual Universe, please do check out my affiliate links below. Using my link means we will both gain access to extra resources when the game goes live, and you will have the opportunity to join the Brook Corporation in-game. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in-game.